Alright, imagine this like we're just hanging out, talking cars, and something interesting just popped up on the radar. So let's talk about the 2026 Nissan Sentra, because honestly, this one feels like it could be a quiet surprise hit. The Sentra has always been that sensible, everyday compact sedan you recommend to friends who want reliability without drama. But 2026? Nissan seems ready to give it a bit more personality. First off, the design. If you've seen Nissan's recent styling direction, you already know what's coming. Sharper lines, a wider stance, and a front end that actually looks confident instead of shy. The 2026 Sentra is expected to lean into that modern Nissan look, with a slimmer grille, more aggressive headlights, and a body that feels lower and sportier, even though it's still very much a practical sedan. From the side, it looks more planted, less economy car, and more grown-up daily driver. Around the back, the taillights are likely stretched wider, giving it that premium feel you usually expect from higher segments. Now, one of the biggest talking points everyone's buzzing about is the hybrid option. This is huge for the Sentra. Nissan has already proven they know how to do efficient electrified powertrains, and bringing that tech to the Sentra just makes sense. The idea here isn't about turning the Sentra into a speed demon. It's about smooth driving, great fuel economy, and making city traffic way more relaxed. Think quieter starts, better mileage, and less time spent at the gas station. For commuters, this could be a game changer. And for people who've always liked the Sentra but wanted something more future-proof, this is exactly that. And no worries if hybrids aren't your thing yet. Traditional gasoline versions are still expected, refined and improved, with better responsiveness and smoother acceleration than older models. Nissan knows the Sentra audience well, and they're not about to alienate loyal buyers. Now, let's address something interesting people keep asking about: off-road features. Obviously, the Sentra isn't turning into an SUV or anything wild like that. But what we might see is a tougher, more versatile setup. Slightly increased ground clearance on certain trims, drive modes for rough roads, and suspension tuning that handles bad city streets, gravel roads, and winter conditions better than before. It's less about off-roading and more about confidence. You won't be afraid of potholes, snow, or uneven roads, which honestly is what most people actually need. Inside the car is where the 2026 Sentra could really surprise people. Nissan has been stepping up their interior game, and the Sentra is expected to benefit big time. A cleaner dashboard layout, a larger touchscreen that finally feels modern, and digital displays that don't look like an afterthought. Everything is more intuitive. You sit down and it just makes sense. Materials are expected to feel nicer too. Softer touch points, better seat comfort, and improved sound insulation. That's a big one. Older Sentras were good, but road noise could sneak in. The 2026 model is expected to feel calmer, quieter, and more refined, especially on the highway. Technology-wise, this is where Nissan really plays strong. Wireless smartphone connectivity, updated driver assistance features, and smarter safety systems that work smoothly in the background instead of constantly nagging you. It's the kind of tech that helps without getting in the way, which is exactly what you want in a daily driver. Now let's talk pricing, because this is where the Sentra has always been a favorite. While official numbers aren't locked in yet, the expectation is that Nissan will keep it very competitive. The base models should stay affordable for first-time buyers, students, and small families, while higher trims and hybrid versions will offer more features without jumping into luxury car territory. Basically, you'll get more car for your money compared to older generations. And that brings us to how the 2026 Sentra compares to past models. This is where the evolution really shows. Older Sentras were reliable and sensible, but let's be honest, they weren't exciting. The 2026 version feels like Nissan saying, "We can be practical and still be interesting." Better design, smarter tech, improved comfort, and the addition of hybrid power make it feel like a completely new chapter. Compared to something like a 2020 or 2022 Sentra, the 2026 model feels more confident, more refined, and more in tune with what drivers actually want today. It's not trying to be flashy. It's trying to be right. And that's why it works. So if you're someone who wants a car that's easy to live with, affordable to own, efficient, and still looks good pulling into your driveway, the 2026 Nissan Sentra might deserve a serious look. It's shaping up to be one of those cars that doesn't scream for attention but quietly wins people over once they spend time with it. And honestly, those are often the best cars. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want updates as more official details come out, you know what to do. Stick around because the 2026 lineup is just getting started.